Hello, friends. Welcome back to Get Happy, Be Fit. If you are watching the video podcast today, you can see that I have a little friend. Pupcake is being very clingy today, and so I'm letting her sit on my lap while I record. Today, we are going to talk about the importance of having a support system and how to communicate so that you are supported in a way that helps you specifically. I often feel like I should do everything on my own. I've felt like wanting or needing something from anyone made me weak and high maintenance, and needing things from people that are different from what they naturally do or give would push them away. Being vulnerable and asking for support can be pretty scary, but we need people who will support us in all areas of life. Trying to achieve a fitness goal, change habits, and pursue a healthy lifestyle is absolutely an area where we need support. But we may be scared to ask for it because of how people have reacted in the past. You may have adopted this mentality that you have to do it on your own. Maybe even keep your goals private so someone doesn't discourage you or push you in a way that hurts rather than helps. This is one of the subjects I've been working on with my therapists. In my session last week, I mentioned that when I'm struggling, I try really hard to deal with it myself, to self-soothe and practice self-compassion. But when that doesn't work, that's when I want to go to Todd for support, but it's really scary and takes a lot of willpower to do it. Mostly because I feel like I'm too much if I need anything, and if I do need something, I will be seen as too high maintenance and I'll be alone forever. So the therapist mentioned that having the support of someone else is always more successful than trying to do it on your own. And he mentioned a study where they monitored people's anxiety while getting an MRI. First by themselves, then with a loved one in the room, then with their loved one holding their hand. The anxiety was the highest when they were by themselves, and it was lower when their loved one was in the room, and it was the lowest when their loved one was holding their hand. And this really made me feel better about needing things and wanting support from another human. But asking for support can still be a touchy subject, because what some people think is supportive may not at all be what makes you feel supported. For instance, criticism and guilting someone is not supportive. Someone cannot make someone else take steps or make permanent change, and it will more than likely cause the person trying to make the change to shut down and cause a rift between the two of you. Being overly critical is often a way loved ones think they're being helpful, even though we may take that criticism as them not being attracted to us anymore or being disappointed in us. There are other reasons why they may criticize what you eat or say things like, "Is that on your diet?" which is super annoying, but they may be scared of losing you if a doctor has told you your weight is a problem. They may see that you struggle with poor self-image and they want you to feel better, and they think because you constantly complain about feeling fat that losing weight would help. They may also have seen a years-long cycle of dieting for a while and beating yourself up when you break your diet, and they think, because most people think this, that it's completely a self-control and willpower problem. And they want to keep you from falling off the wagon because they don't want you to feel bad again. It can also be frustrating to them when your pain seems self-inflicted. They would be just as mad and harsh, probably more so actually, if someone else was making you feel that bad. So even though it feels like it comes from a place of hate and judgment sometimes, there is a high likelihood that that is not where it's coming from. People who love us generally do things because they care. They don't ever want to hurt the people that they love, even though sometimes that's the result, because as humans, most people also have a desire to be right. So how you approach this is important. Make sure you reiterate that you know what they're saying is coming from a place of love and concern for your well-being. Then gently let them know that if they want to help you, then this is how they can do it. So you have to know what support means to you. What makes you feel comforted, supported, and inspired? For me, it's asking me about how things are going and how I feel about stuff. If I'm feeling good, telling me they see how hard I'm working and that they're happy that I'm happy about it is more helpful than saying they're proud of me for making the change, because that indicates that they're not proud of me if I don't make the change. Support to me is being held when I feel like a failure and being told I'm loved no matter what, and things won't always feel this bad, that sometimes we hit lows, but they're always followed by highs, that who I am is the most important thing, and then listing the reasons why they love who I am and how that completely trumps my external appearance. Telling me I can still reach my goals when I get off track, that I'm strong even when I feel like I'm not, that I'm doing the work I need to do internally and externally so that over time I will see results. And if I need a little break, that's okay too. Positive reinforcement has been shown time and time again to be more effective than criticism and judgment. I'm 99.9% sure that your partner or support system is not clairvoyant. There's always a chance, so I'm leaving that 0.1% for objectivity's sake. So acknowledge that you don't expect them to know how to support you without you telling them. And that's why you're telling them, because you know their desire is to help. Tell them what you've learned about mindset and metabolic adaptation. Tell them you're on a journey of loving and respecting your body now, because trying to get thin from a place of desperation and shame has never worked. Assure them that you do want to be healthier, but that has to start from the inside. They may screw up. They may say some of the old things. Our brains have neural pathways that are hardwired from past experiences, and it takes time and repetition to carve out a new path. So if that happens, gently remind them what you talked about and tell them what you actually need in that moment. There is a chance that your partner may not be in a place to support you the way that you need. And when this is the case, it's important to find someone who will listen and support you. It could even be a group of people. It's probably new to your loved ones, and maybe even new to you, to know that the way you look is not actually the problem. Your inability to stick to a diet long term is not the problem. It is a symptom. The problem and the cause is the internal. The hate and loathing you feel for your body, the fear that you're not enough if you don't look a certain way, the obligation to want to look a certain way. Those are the problem. When that is dealt with, it is absolutely possible to love your body, feel content and even good about yourself now, and still want to pursue a fitness goal or look a certain way. It's very interesting being in the headspace I am now about my weight. For so many years, I felt so desperately sad and ashamed of my weight and my body. I thought in order to feel good about myself and my appearance, I had to be a certain size, and I didn't deserve to feel good about myself if I looked the way that I did at that moment. I thought wanting to lose weight would always involve this horrible, desperate feeling, which was one of the reasons I wanted to lose weight, because I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And that's an element I think a lot of us aren't aware of. We think if you want to lose weight, you must feel terrible about yourself. You must feel awful and completely unsatisfied with the way you look, because that's how we've always felt. But that is not true. So it's very interesting for me to be in this place where I look at photos of myself at my smallest and think, oh man, I love being that size. I really want to be back there, but not feel awful about where I am now. I want to lose weight. But well, actually what I want to do is to cut fat and see more muscle definition and compete again. I don't really care about what my weight is, but I do want to be smaller. But it's not a desperate feeling, and I don't feel bad about myself now. I don't at all feel shame for being 20-ish pounds heavier. And in the past, I felt so much shame if I lost weight and gained even a few pounds back. I remember having friends who would say, I really want to lose some weight, and I love the way these jeans look on me, in the same paragraph, and it confused the crap out of me. How could you feel like you need to lose weight and love the way you look at the same time? The two felt diametrically opposed to me, but they're really not. You can be content where you are and want to change things. Wanting something doesn't have to come from a place of lack. That's why I say to let it come from a place of excitement. At the end of the day, weight is not the problem. Once you and your support system know that, they can start supporting you on your journey to self-love, pursuing health over fitness first, then meeting fitness goals in a healthy way. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need, and allow the people who care about you to be there for you in the way that is most effective for you. All right, that's all for today. You're so sweet.